Depression is indeed a part of life. Depression is generally experienced by adults because of the complexity of the problem experienced. However, it turns out depression can also affect toddlers to children at preschool age. Even this, depression occurred repeatedly during childhood. How the role of parents overcome this problem? Let's look at the presentation. A study published in the American Journal of Psychiatry involving 264 children aged between 3 and several years. Research has been conducted to evaluate depression or other psychological disorder in these children. In a certain period of time, they measure depression that occurs in children by asking their caregiver about feeling of sadness, anger, guilt, sleepiness, and appetite, while reducing the feeling of happiness while on the move or playing at the beginning of the study. While reducing the feeling of happiness while on the move or playing at the beginning of the study. There were 74 children diagnosed with depression. 6 years later, the number of children with this criteria increased to 79 children, including half of 74.
Considered capable of living a carefree life. It turns out that it can experience depression, which can also provide long-term effect. Therefore, it is important for parents to know the signs of depression in children to be overcome as soon as possible. Children can experience depression because of environmental factors, or even what actually happens quite often in the attitude of parents who are unsatisfactory or tend to suppress normal children. Children will give characteristics in the form of a tendency to be afraid of looking or settling in on someone while talking. In some cases, children will even tend to avoid and lazily answer some questions from parents. At this stage, the children is ended going through a stress phase which usually disappears soon. If parents want to give themselves and give more attention to children wanting that is curtailed, do not force children to talk about their problems, because this can make them even more depressed. Children who are depressed will also tend to lose the enthusiasm of passion or interest in their daily activities. In addition to learning, for children who are already in school, children can also turn into being lazy to play games or sports that they usually do happily. Normally, the child has a soul full of energy and enthusiasm. However, depressed children will tend to be lethargic and have no energy at all. Children who are depressed will also tend to be more easily modified or even angry with things that seem to be
something that parents can do to overcome depression is children. Among others, giving praise can make the child become exist. A compliment or flattery and certainly please children. Besides that, we can also give them motivation and enthusiasm to spur them to do positive things. Next is to become a close friend, because parents can be good friends for their children. It is effective for children who are depressed caused by their environment or school mates. A friend Yo, children, be a good listener and salutation profits. The another way is to profit a new activity. The aim to make the child not bored with the daily routine. Give variation that can be swimming or not, such as taking him for a walk to the vacation spot. The last and most important is attention and affection is the most effective depression medicine to nothing for the children because of giving love and attention is a obligation of parents.
Children who are still young or underage do require more attention from parents. Depression experienced by children, another, is a consequence and trial for parents. In the midst of families, children also have the right to be like other family members, especially the right to reach the warmth of affection from parents or residents of the house. Rasulullah Shallallahu Alaihi Wasallam ordered to pay extra attention to children, women, and elderly parents, or people who did not know. He said, "Who has children, let him play with him and be like him. Who jokes to please the hearts of his child, then he is like crying out of fear of Allah Azza wa Jalla." Okay, hopefully it can profit benefits, especially in education children and avoiding it from depression that can be experienced. May God always protect us and our families. Amin ya Rabbal Alamin.